Well, with No Way Home hitting theaters tomorrow night, I'm finally getting a chance to see it. Well, now's a perfect time to look at the first movie to try out this multiverse idea. And let's just say that Sony nailed it here. Guys, my name is Zack. Welcome back to my channel where I love discussing all things geeky, Marvel, what have you, all things entertainment, and I really appreciate you guys clicking on this thumbnail today. I really hope you enjoy your stay, because obviously we're looking at Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the 2018 winner of the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. And it's well warranted. And this was our very first look at Miles Morales as the webhead here. And Miles Morales is a Brooklyn teenager who was bitten by a radioactive spider in the subway, and he suddenly develops some mysterious powers that, as you know, transform him into the one and only Spider-Man. And then when he meets Peter Parker, he soon realizes that there are many others who share his special high-flying talents, and Miles must now use his newfound skills to team up with these other spider people to battle the Kingpin. Honestly, what else can really be said about this movie that hasn't already? This is honestly the best Spider-Man film put out since Spider-Man 2. I think this is the first time a comic book movie has felt like an actual comic book in the literal sense. And I'm just talking about it in terms of the animation. It is absolutely as breathtaking as I remembered it watching it for the first time in theaters. This is a very colorful and bright movie to look at. The Spidey sense and the impact moves all feel like stuff you'd see in a comic book. The vibrant lines, the energetic colors, the yellow thought bubbles, it's a ton that they're throwing at us. And again, mad props to the animators for pulling this off. Like I said, this is the first Spider-Man movie and comic book movie in general that really feels like an actual comic book literally copied and pasted onto the silver screen. Not only that, but I feel like this movie really captures the essence of what Spider-Man is supposed to be. You know what I'm talking about. He has some innocence, he has that coming-of-age element, but it always feels like he's an underdog. It always feels like the world is beating down on this kid. And that's the case with Miles Morales as well, who is wonderfully played by Shameik, by the way. This is a kid who is sent to this boarding school he doesn't want to be at, he's socially awkward, doesn't know how to talk to girls, and he would much rather spray graffiti on walls with his uncle, voiced by the oh-so-talented Mahershala Ali. And I don't want to spoil stuff for this review. Get used to that this weekend. No spoiling No Way Home. But yeah, the connection that Miles shares with his uncle might just be my favorite character dynamic out of all of them. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of great relationships that Miles has in this film, especially with Peter Parker himself, voiced by Jake Johnson. He's kind of a slob in this. He's a huge fan of cheeseburgers. The relationship he shares with Gwanda, who's voiced by Hailee Steinfeld. It's great, but none of them really enraptured me like the one that Miles shares with his uncle. There were honestly spots where I was kind of tearing up. Not only because the character's chemistry is so good, but you really care about Miles as a person. He feels like a real kid who got stuck in this situation that he never would have imagined himself being in. And the movie is very smart to not thrust Miles right into the action sequences. It's a very slow build-up to actually seeing him in his spider suit. Speaking of fantastic, let's talk about the comedy in this movie. Outstanding. This is probably the most self-aware Spider-Man movie we have gotten up to this point. I vividly remember the first couple of minutes of Into the Spider-Verse being incredibly cathartic for a lot of hardcore Spider-Man fans like myself. Everybody remember when he made fun of the emo Peter dance? Just thought I'd remind you. It might make you feel better today. But there is a very consistent way that these spider people introduce themselves and their backstory, and I get it. It risks becoming very repetitive, but it never felt that way to me. As a matter of fact, the more times it pops up, it just gets funnier and funnier. Running jokes really seem to work on me, don't they? Honestly, guys, I love Into the Spider-Verse. There is just so damn much to admire about it, and I cannot wait for the eventual sequels. My only real issue with this movie is that I wish that this villain was a little bit more developed. The design for the Kingpin is fucking intimidating, but he's really not all too interesting aside from being the hulking businessman with the giant hands who kills people. Liev Schreiber does a good job voicing the character, but I don't know, I just feel like there could have been more done with his character. Like, imagine if the Kingpin was hilarious too, because as he is, pretty bland, I hate to say it. Other than that, there are many reasons why this movie won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature over stuff like The Incredibles 2. I'm gonna give Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse an A. Instant classic is the perfect way to describe this thing. I cannot wait for the Across the Spider-Verse films to come out, the first one of which coming out this next October. Well, that's it, folks. Every Spider-Man film up to this point has the review treatment on my channel, except for one, that being No Way Home itself. I'm getting to see it tomorrow night at the time of recording, the most anticipated film of 2021. I can't fucking wait. But let me know what you thought of Into the Spider-Verse down in the comment section below. Hot takes only. Go ahead and make as much noise as you want. And I'm also curious, what is your favorite animated superhero movie of all time? Is it this one? Is it something like Batman Mask of the Phantasm? Because I love discussing all things geeky, all things cinema, and entertainment in general with you guys. And getting to interact with you guys after starting this discussion really does make things all the more fun. But hey, if you guys are digging this content as much as I'm enjoying making it for you, then I would consider smashing that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. This channel is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping you can help me reach that number very soon. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that thumbs up button on your way out. That would be some tremendous help getting it out to more people. And of course, look out for more exciting content hitting this channel very, very soon, including my review for No Way Home itself, which I'm hoping to have out early this weekend, if anything. And lots of exciting stuff coming out this holiday season. Look out for my reviews on The Matrix Resurrections, American Underdog, just to name a few. But I really can't thank you guys enough for your support up to this point. It really, really does mean the world. And with all that being said, back talk, commence.